Hi, today I'm going to share my deck study on the Afro Avatar Tarot, and I've changed up quite a bit, so let's go through it. So if you have seen the deck study that I did on the Muse Tarot, I'll link it in the eye and in the description box, but I used this journal, and this was like my study, and notice that I said was my deck study journal, and I had the Muse Tarot in here, and I went through all of the cards here of the Muse Tarot and wrote down my interpretations, and I did an entire video where I shared you all of the cards, my interpretations of it, and it was really helpful to really get to know the deck. But what I found was this took so long that at the end I wasn't even excited anymore to work with it because this took so long. So when I wanted to do the deck study on my Afro Avatar Tarot, I was not looking forward to doing the entire process, and I started here. I had literally all of the cards I have copied and pasted in here, and I started and was like, no, I'm not gonna do this for all 78 cards. So what I decided to do, if you don't know, I have a free tarot card meaning cheat sheet up on my Ko-fi page. You can download it for free. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take that template, empty it all out, and I'm going to do what I did in my deck study journal, and I'm just going to do it in the cheat sheet. So instead of having to go through all of the cards, copying them, resizing them, printing them out, and then cutting and pasting them in my deck journal and then writing everything out, on top of that, I have mobility issues, so writing is really, really hard for me to do. I did it digitally, and this took me, I don't know, maybe 1.5 hours, 2 hours tops. So I am super excited. I don't even think it took me 1.5 hours maybe. So in here, I have my Afro Avatar Tarot. This is a cheat sheet. So what I'm going to do is the same as with my Muse Tarot. I'm going to show you the cards and then talk you through my interpretation of the card. So let's do that. Aang is at the start of his journey. He doesn't know what blessings and challenges lie ahead. There is potential for a lot of talent and power. Use this power responsibly. Develop talents to master them. What triggers your inspiration and motivation? Katara is the painted lady to give the town hope and courage to look after themselves. The village was sitting still, and Katara made them take action against the factory. Kyoshi is not your average empress. She did what needed to be done to take care of her people. She made sacrifices, and she was tough, but caring and nurturing in her own way. Azulan is the son of Fire Lord Sozin, who started the war. He was efficient in the war and conquered a lot of territory. He has a great fame as a general. Wan Shi Tong keeps the information in the library safe from people who want to use information to harm other people. He decided to bury the library to keep this information safe. Chong and Lily are free-spirited people who live to travel together with their friends. They made a commitment to each other, and they chose love and freedom. Appa has flown the gang everywhere. He is reliable, and when he gets going, he can go fast. He still needs sleep and care to be able to keep going. Aang was first defeated by the Unagi and had to be saved by Katara. Later, he conquers and uses the Unagi to save the village. Guru Patik is spiritually enlightened and guides Aang through unblocking and opening his chakras to unlock the Avatar state's greatest potential. This is the wheel in the library that gave the gang the date of the solar eclipse, which is their opportunity to overthrow the Fire Lord. This is a turning point in their journey. Zuko masks himself as the Blue Spirit, as someone who is between the Fire Nation and the Avatar, seemingly unbiased in a way. However, there are personal intentions behind his deeds. Bumi was held captive by the Fire Nation that took over Omashu. It was believed that he couldn't bend in his cage, but in reality, he was waiting for the right time to strike back. The Fire Nation struck and created devastation around the globe, while simultaneously setting up new Fire Nation cities. This is destructive transformation. Uncle Iroh chose the middle ground. He is part of the Fire Nation, but with moderation. He still has his good side. He wants to create harmony. The Fire Lord is a toxic leader of the Fire Nation who is out to have the whole world under his rulership, who dares to fight him to stand up for what's right and at what cost. The library was sunk for a reason, and the gang had to hurry and get themselves to safety. In the meanwhile, Toph fights to keep the library up, while Appa gets stolen. Aang getting out of the ice was the hope that the world needed. He was reborn with a purpose and near the right people for a reason. Yue was saved by the moon when she was young, and she had to give up her life in order to put balance back in the world. Her life was an illusion, and she decided to be the moon again. The original firebenders are about life and vitality, not about destruction. The way you decide to go is your own responsibility. The dragons judge if you are worthy of being exposed to them. Aang quits the chakra unblocking training because of his love for Katara. His avatar state seems to be judging him. However, he cannot run from his fate. After Aang defeats the Fire Lord, all nations live in peace again. However, Aang's role as Avatar is not over yet. There will still be imbalances in the world, but it's the start of a new chapter. A new vision, spark of inspiration. Will it be used for good or for evil? Where are they going? They seem to be part of the Fire Nation, but they could be going anywhere. They are on their journey experiencing. A ship with new opportunities is coming or going. The celebration of a Fire Nation couple. The building of a strong and safe home together. There is rivalry between Azula and Zuko. They were destined to end up fighting together, but both with different intentions. Azula is being crowned and feels recognized as a leader in the Fire Nation. May stood up for her values and loved one and got attacked for it. Fire spreads quickly. Once it gets momentum, it's almost unstoppable. Zuko feels the heat and is close to overthrowing his sister and his father. All the nations feel the heat from the Fire Nation, and it feels heavy. At the start of Zuko's journey, he wasn't yet in control of his abilities, but motivated to get started. June is a bounty hunter who does what she needs to get paid, and she travels everywhere. Zuko's mother was strong and warm. She cared about her children, but didn't go down without a fight. A Fire Lord has potential to be a warm leader where everyone flourishes, or to destroy everything. Blessings, incoming emotions that you feel vividly. The intense first connection between a new couple. Water Nation friends who are coming together. She is longing for more, unsatisfied with what she has. He is pessimistic, not noticing that he is draining his own cup. The children from the Water Nation, they represent innocence. Sokka and Momo drank cactus juice and were hallucinating, getting distracted. They decided to walk away from what no longer filled their cups. Katara has all her cups filled, being emotionally satisfied with her life. The gang is a loving family, though not blood related. They have a safe space here. Sokka had to go through emotional growth and grow up. It's easy to make him mad, because he's very sensitive. He sacrificed his normal life to fight on the side of good. Katara was a constant mother figure to the gang, sometimes at her own expense. He gets stuff done, but is not too soon to act. He is stern and sure of his decisions. There are darker clouds that this sword is trying to cut through. Aang had to intuitively decide something he had no idea about. Sword stabbed his heart, but it's not bleeding. Take the swords out and start to heal. Aang was feeling lost and tired after getting stabbed. He needed to rest. Fire Nation's win was the Air Nation's loss. Someone won, but at what cost? The gang constantly transitioned to move forward. They are disguising their true selves and their intentions. Sokka got the short end of the stick. Aang feels restricted and he is closing himself off of a possible solution. Aang has nightmares about fighting the Fire Lord. He tries to calm down near the sheep. Aang has so much anxiety, it feels paralyzing. He is at his lowest point, but will go up from here. Aang as a child has a long journey ahead, but he is curious and he is constantly trying new things. Aang with his airbender staff is quick and it helps him in battle. She makes the decisions from a logical standpoint, unbiased over emotions. This is Aang's previous monk mentor. They guide from a distance, they sit back and they let you experience. A chance at abundance, the potential to create physical goods. Balancing two things that can feel equally important, but you can't give all to one thing. This trio works together to get shit done, and they are effective, but who can you trust? Momo hoarded food to gather resources to survive. The Cabbage Man constantly gets hit with financial setbacks and he has to start from the ground up. Is this person giving to those in need? Or flexing to those who don't care? She has worked hard and steps back to rest and to assess her hard work. Professor Zai is never done with learning and will be stuck in the library reading books every day. Katara and Toph disguise themselves as women who are well off. This air of wealth, but it's not real. There is so much to be achieved and it can be part of a solution to your problems. Toph is good at her skill, but she has a lot to learn. She is very focused on her earthbending. This earthbending soldier goes slowly to protect the Earth Kingdom. He has a high focus. She is grounded and rooted and makes decisions from this place. Come to him for guidance so that you can grow to get where he is. So that was the deck study that I did on the Afro Avatar Tarot, and some of the characters in here are original characters from the creator, so it's sometimes not really possible to relate them to a part of the show, so I will just relate them to the tarot card meanings. But I really like the way that I've done this, and I'm definitely now I am actually excited to get started on my next deck study so I can do them more often. I can keep this cheat sheet. Either I'm gonna create like a smaller deck study journal, or I'm going to just keep this with the deck. So I can finally, like, I haven't worked with this deck in so long because I was planning on doing this deck study in this video. So now I can finally shuffle this again, and I love this deck. There's another Avatar deck that I'm thinking of getting. I don't know though, like I love this, but the other one is really cute too. Like this one is super glossy, and the other one will be the same as my Little Wizards Tarot, which is definitely, it's not probably not the next one that I'm going to do a deck study on, but it is on my list to be deck studied. So yeah, I am so glad that I finally have finished this deck study, and now I can start working with it again and have an actual cheat sheet to work with, especially for this deck. So I am going to fold this in half, put it in here with the deck, and I now have everything in one place. I don't know what I'm going to do with this journal yet, because I do really like the aesthetics of this. It could have been my astrology journal, but I already have an astrology journal and I don't feel like copying everything in from that journal in here. So, but I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on this deck study. I'm definitely going to create a video on how I do my deck studies, but I want to try out this method that I did for the Afro Avatar Tarot before I make an entire video on it, because I want to give you helpful information if you want to do a deck study for your own. Don't forget that you can download a tarot card meaning cheat sheet. Link it in the description box below. Yeah, if you want to see more videos on tarot deck chats, I do a lot of pick a card readings, all the fun stuff. Definitely subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here. And you can book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me. The link in the description box below. I am working on updating my listings to also include a live meeting tarot reading with me. So that is super exciting. I don't know when that is going to be up yet, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.